Hello guys, my name is Kitty and this is Kitty Crochets. You're humbly welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I kindly beg of you to subscribe before we go into today's tutorial. And for those who have subscribed, just keep it up. I'm so grateful. You can also follow me on Instagram at Kitty Crochets. Yeah, so I'm back in another tutorial and today we are going to look at how to make our crochet Cinderella skirts. Yes, I love it already. So we are going to start with making our waistband, and the width of our waistband is going to be 2 inches. For a chain, you first make a slip knot. You rotate your yarn around your finger and then pull it out. You then bring your hook right here in the middle and pull this behind yarn. So you then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. This is a chain. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, up to when you have 2 inches. This equates to 2 inches, and so we are now going to make extra 2 chains since I am going to be using a half double crochet. So this is one, and then this is the second one. After that, I am going to yarn over and come in the third chain. This is 1, 2, this will be the third one. I am going to come here and place there my very first double crochet. I yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook. I yarn over, pull through all the 3 loops. I then yarn over, come into the next chain, yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the 3 loops. I again yarn over, come into the very next one, yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the 3 loops. Make sure you place a half double crochet in each and every chain. I come to the next one, yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the 3 loops. Yeah, well, let me do this and come back when I am at the end of the chain. I am at the end of my very first line, so I am going to chain 1 and then turn my work. So we are now going to be placing half double crochets on top of the previous half double crochets, but we are only going to be placing them in the back loop. This is the front loop, and then the one behind is the back loop. We are going to be placing our half double crochets in only these back loops. So I am going to yarn over, come into the very first back loop, this one, and I place there a half double crochet. Again, yarn over, come on top of the very next half double crochet in the back loop, and I place there a half double crochet. I yarn over, come into the very next back loop, place there a half double crochet, yarn over, come in the next one, the back loop, place there a half double crochet, come into the next one and also place there a half double crochet. Well, let me do this and come back when I am again at the end of this line. At the end, don't forget to always place a half double crochet in the very last back loop. I am going to chain 1 and turn my work. So we repeat the same process, placing half double crochets in only the back loop, and we start with this very first back loop, this one. We come and place there a half double crochet. You yarn over, come in the very next one and place there a half double crochet. You come in the next one, place there a half double crochet. As well, I am going to be placing half double crochets in only the back loops of each and every stitch, and let me do this up to the end of this line. I've reached the end, so I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. I again start by placing a half double crochet in the very first back loop. You just come on top of the previous half double crochet and then you come in its back loop. It's where you place your half double crochet. You again yarn over, I come into the very next back loop, place there a half double crochet in the next back loop, place there a half double crochet. Yes, well, this is going to be the pattern for our waistband. I am going to be placing half double crochets in each and every stitch, but only in the back loops. And yes, our waistband is going to equate to our hips measurements, and my hips measurements are going to be 33 inches. So I am going to make lines of half double crochets, don't forget, in only the back loops, that can real stretch up to 33 inches. And yes, let me come back when I am done making those lines. I'm done with my lines, and these can stretch up to my hips measurements. So I am now going to add the two parts together. So I am going to fold my waistband and then bring these two parts. I am going to chain one. I hadn't chained one, so I am now going to come in the very first stitch on this side and also the very first stitch on this other side. I am going to be slip stitching, a yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. I come into the very next stitch and also the very next stitch on this other side. I yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. I come into the very next one and also the very next one on this other side. Yarn over, pull through, also pull through the loop I have on the hook. Come into the next one, also the next one on the other side. Yarn over, pull through, also pull through the loop I have on the hook. Come into the very next one and the next one on the other side. Yarn over, pull through, also pull through the loop I have on the hook here. So let me do this up to when I am done adding the two parts together. I am done, so I am now going to chain one and turn my work. I am going to start by placing, we are now going on the body of a skirt, and I'm going to start by placing single crochets all around the waistband. So I am going to come right here in this very first stitch. I yarn over, pull through, two loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the two loops. I am making a single crochet. Come into the very next one, yarn over, pull through, two loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the two loops. Come into the next one, yarn over, pull through, two loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the two loops. Come into the next one, yarn over, pull through, two loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the two loops. Come into the next one, yarn over, pull through, two loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through. Yeah, so let me do this up to when I reach the end of single crochets around the waistband, and let me come back when I am right here. Well, I've come to the end and I'm going to come on top of this very first single crochet that I made, and I slip stitch, I yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. After that, I'm going to chain one and then turn my work. So we are now making the body of our skirt. I am now going to start. We are going to be using half double crochets, and I'm going to start by placing a half double crochet in this very first stitch. So I yarn over, come right here in this very first one, this one, and I place there my first half double crochet, three loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the three loops, again yarn over, come into the next one, three loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the three loops. I am going to be placing half double crochets in each and every stitch without skipping any. And yes, let me place half double crochets in each and every stitch as I have told you, and come back when I am also at the end of this line. At the end of this line, I am going to come on top of the very first half double crochet that I made here, and I slip stitch and over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. So I am now going to chain one and turn my work. I am again going to start by placing a half double crochet in the very first stitch right here. I come and I place there my first half double crochet. I yarn over, come into the very next stitch, place there a half double crochet. Come into the next one, I place there a half double crochet. I come into the next one, also place there a half double crochet at the next one. You are going to be placing your half double crochets in each and every stitch. Kindly don't skip any stitch because you will have imbalancing stitches. And yes, let me also do this and come back when I am finally at the end of this line. I have reached the end of this line, so I'm going to come on top of this very first half double crochet I made, and I slip stitch. After slip stitching, I am going to chain one and then turn my work. I am again going to start by placing a half double crochet in this very first stitch. This one, I come and place there a half double crochet. I come into the very next stitch, place there a half double crochet, and the next one as well. Make sure you do not skip any stitch. Place a half double crochet in each and every stitch. Yeah, so well, for the first half of the body of our skirt, this is going to be the pattern, making lines of half double crochets. When you reach here, you just come and slip stitch on top of the very first half double crochet, chain one, turn your work. You again start by placing a half double crochet in the very first stitch, and then yes, you are going to do this for a couple of lines up to when you have 12 inches, but those 12 inches, the waistband is going to be inclusive, so that means the half double crochet lines are going to equate to 10 inches plus the waistband. Remember, the waistband is 2 inches, and that will make it a total of 12. Well, I am done with my 12 inches. Remember that 12 inches have to include the waistband, so we are now going to change the pattern. Well, I have chained one and turned my work, so we are now going to change the pattern, and I am going to make a V-stitch, and for that I am going to be now using double crochets. So I am going to start by chaining 5 to make it 1 double crochet and a chain 2. Remember, 3 chains make 1 double crochet, so I've already chained 1. I am going to chain 4 more. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these 5 make it 1 double crochet and a chain 2. I yarn over. I am making a V-stitch. I yarn over, come into the very same space, and I place there a double crochet. I yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook. I yarn over, pull through the first 2. I remain with 2, and I yarn over, pull through the last 2. After that, I chain 1. I yarn over, I skip 2 stitches down here, 1, 2, and then come into the third one, and I place there a double crochet. I yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2, and again yarn over, pull through the last 2. I chain 2, 1, 2. I yarn over, come into the very same space. I again place there a double crochet. Yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook. I yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. This makes it V-stitches. This is a V-stitch, and this is also a V-stitch. So we are going to be doing a V-stitch. After that, you chain 1. You skip 2 stitches down here, 1, 2. Come into the third one, this one. You also place there a V-stitch. Yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2. And a V-stitch, it is 1 double crochet, chain 2, and then 1 double crochet in the very same space. After that, you chain 1, come, skip 2 stitches down here, 1, 2. You come into the third one, yarn over, come into the third one, this one. You place there a V-stitch, 1 double crochet, yarn over, pull through the last 2, chain 2, and then 1 double crochet in the same space. After that, you chain 1. Yeah, so let me do this and come back when I am at the end of this line. I have reached the end of this line, so I am going to come in the third chain. Remember, we started with a chain of 5. I am going to come in the third one right here, and I slip stitch to other 2 parts together. I yarn over and pull through, and also pull through the loop I have on the hook. This is slip stitching. I am going to come again in that. Remember, this was the third one. I am going to come in the 4th chain right here, and I also slip stitch, yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. And I also come in the 5th one, and I slip stitch, yarn over, pull through, also pull through the loop I have on the hook. After that, I am going to turn my work. After turning my work, I am now going to place V-stitches in the middle of these previous V-stitches, like on top of them, and slip stitching to the 5th chain enables us to like start our V-stitches from the middle. So I am going to yarn over and come right here in the middle, and I place there a double crochet. That is 1 double crochet, yarn over, pull through the last 2, and I also place there a 2nd double crochet to make it a total of 2 double crochets. After that, I am going to chain 2. Again, in the very same space, I place there 2 double crochets. That's one, and then this is the second one. For the second line, we are still going to be doing a V-stitch, but for this time around we are going to be doing 2 double crochets and then chain 2 double crochets. Yet in the previous line we only did 1 double crochet, chain 2 and 1 double crochet. After that, I am going to chain 1, I yarn over, come in the middle of the next double crochet, and I also place there a V-stitch, 2 double crochets. This is the second one. I chain 2, and again 2 double crochets in this very same space. This is the second one. After that, I chain 1, come on top of the next double crochet, and I also place there 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochets again in the very same space. And our V-stitch for the second line is going to be like this. Let me show it to you once again. I chain 1, come on top of the next V-stitch, I place there my V-stitch, 2 double crochets, chain 2 and then 2 double crochets in the very same space to make it a V-stitch. After that, I chain 1. Yeah, so this is going to be my pattern for our second line. I have reached the end, so I am going to come on top of this very first double crochet that I made, this one, and I slip stitch yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. And also when I reach the middle in where I chain 2, I am going to slip stitch in both the 2 chains. So I come in the first one and I slip stitch. I also come in the second chain and I slip stitch. After that, I am going to turn my work. So I am again going to start by placing a I am again going to make a V-stitch here. So I'm going to make 2 double crochets. This is one, this is the second one, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then in the very same space I place there 2 double crochets. That's one, and then this is the second one. I am going to chain 1. After chaining 1, we are now changing the pattern for the third line. So instead of coming here and place there a V-stitch of 2 double crochets, chain 2 double crochets, I am going to first place a double crochet on top of this last double crochet, this one. I am going to come and I place here a double crochet. After placing there a double crochet, I am then going to come right here in the middle and place there a V-stitch. That is 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochets in the very same space. That's one, and then this is the second one. And I am again going to come on top of this first one, the first double crochet, and I place there a double crochet. Yeah, so well, when you look at it, it has made 3 double crochets, and then there is a chain 2 right here in the middle and 3 double crochets. Yeah, so after that, I am now going to chain 1, and if we make an increase on 1 V-stitch, the next one should be a V-stitch of no increase. So when I come here, I am going to just come in the middle and I place there a V-stitch, 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets in the same space. This is the second one. I chain 1 and then come to the next one. This has been a V-stitch of no increase, so for the next one should be of an increase. I am going to come on this last, on top of the last double crochet, and I place there a double crochet, and then come in the middle and also place there a V-stitch, that is 2 double crochets. This is the second one, chain 2, and then in the very same space I again place there 2 double crochets. After that, I am going to come on top of this very first double crochet, this one, and I place there a double crochet, chain 1. We are then going to do a V-stitch of no increase. So I come here and I place a V-stitch right here in the middle, come double crochet, and then this is a second one. So after that I chain 1. So well, for our third line, this is going to be the pattern. You make a V-stitch. One V-stitch should be of an increase, and then the next one should be of a no increase. Well, let me do this and let me come back when I am at the end of my third line. Well, I have reached the end of this line, so I've chained 1, and now I am going to come on top of this first double crochet that I made, this one, and I slip stitch, I yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. So I am now going to slip stitch up to when I reach the middle. I am again going to come this next one and slip stitch. I come into the first chain and also slip stitch, and also come into the second chain and I slip stitch. So our third line is going to be our pattern for the rest of the lines. For a V-stitch which had no increase, it is going to remain the way it is. It will be a V-stitch of no increase, and a V-stitch which had an increase, we are also going to be increasing when we reach that V-stitch. So we started with a V-stitch without an increase, and I am going to start by making the same V-stitch with no increase, that is 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then in the very same space I again make 2 double crochets, that's 1, and then this is the second one. So after that I chain 1 and yarn over. So remember, when we reached this V-stitch where we made an increase, we were placing a double crochet on top of this last double crochet. So we are going to be placing 2 double crochets on top of these last 2 double crochets. You leave this first one out. So I come to the second one, I place there a double crochet. I also come to the third one and place there a double crochet. After that, when I reach the middle, I am going to be placing a V-stitch right here in the middle, that is 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then in the very same space I still place the 2 double crochets. After that, in these first 2 double crochets, this one and this one, I am going to place 2 double crochets on top of them, that's 1, and then these are 2. So for the previous line, for our third line, we had 3 double crochets on this side, and then for the fourth line, you see they are now 4 double crochets on each side. After that, I am now going to chain 1, and then when I reach here, the next V-stitch is a V-stitch of no increase. I am just going to place there 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets, chain 2, chain 2, and then in the very same space I still place there 2 double crochets. After that, I chain 1, come to our next V-stitch, and this is a V-stitch of an increase. So I am going to place 2 double crochets on top of these last 2 double crochets. So I come to the second one and I place a double crochet on top of it. I also come to the last one and place a double crochet on top of it. When I reach the middle, I am going to place there a V-stitch, and that is 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets, that's 1, and then this is the second one. So I then place 2 double crochets on top of these first 2 double crochets. I leave this one behind, so I come here, I place there a double crochet, and also on the second one, and I place there a double crochet. After that, I am going to chain 1 and come to my next V stitch. It is a V stitch of no increase. I just place there a normal V stitch, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then in the very same space 2 double crochets. That's 1, and then this is the second one. After that, I chain 1. The next one is a V stitch of an increase, but when you reach to the V stitch of an increase, you start by placing 2 double crochets on top of the last 2 double crochets. So I come on the first one, and then the last one. I reach the middle, I place there a V stitch, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets in the very same space. After that, I place a double crochet on top of this very first double crochet and another one on the second double crochet. After that, I chain 1, and after chaining 1, I come to the next one. The next one is going to be of no increase. I place there a V stitch, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets. That's 1, and then this is the second one. I chain 1. The next one will be the one of an increase. I'm showing it to you for the last time. When you come to the one of an increase, you start by placing 2 double crochets on top of these last 2 double crochets. So I come to this one, I place a double crochet on top of it, and also come to the next one and I place a double crochet on top of it. When I reach the middle, I just place there 2 double crochets and I chain 2, and again in the very same space I place the 2 double crochets and then 1 double crochet on top of this first double crochet and another double crochet on top of the next double crochet. After that, I chain 1. Yeah, so this is going to be the pattern. Let me do this and come back at the end of this 4th line. Well, I have reached the end of my first line and I've chained 1, so I am going to come on top of this very first double crochet that I made, this one, and I slip stitch and over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. I again slip stitch up to when I reach the middle of this V stitch. I slip stitch, and after slip stitching I then turn my work. After turning my work, I am going to chain 1, and now I am going to start by placing a V stitch in this on top of this V stitch. So I come and place my V stitch right here, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then in the very same space I place there 2 double crochets. That's 1, and then this is the second one. After that, I chain 1. So this has been our V stitch of no increase, and the next one is our V stitch of an increase. So we are now going to be placing 3 double crochets on top of these first 3 the last 3 double crochets. We have to always leave 1 double crochet behind. So I come to the second one and I place there a double crochet. I come to the third one, place there a double crochet, and then the fourth one I also place there a double crochet. I then come in the middle and I place there a V stitch, that is 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then in the very same space I place there 2 double crochets. I then come and place 3 double crochets on top of the first 3 double crochets. Sorry about that. This is the first one, this is the second one, and then the third one. Yes, so this is our fifth line, and for the fifth line we have 5 double crochets on this side, and then the chain 2, and then 5 double crochets on this side. You always have to leave 1 double crochet this, and also 1 double crochet on this other side. Hope you're getting me. We are going to be increasing 1 double crochet on each line as we go by. We started with 1, 2, these are 3, 4, and then we are on the fifth line, these are 5. So after that I chain 1 and come. Our next V stitch is a normal V stitch. I chain 2, sorry, I place 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then in the very same space I make 2 double crochets. Yes, this is it. I chain 1 and then come, I place 3 double crochets on top of these last 3 double crochets, leaving this first one behind. I come, this is the first one, this will be the second one, and then this is the third one. When I reach the middle, I place there a V stitch, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then in the very same space I place there 2 double crochets. This is the second one. I then place 3 double crochets on top of the first 3 double crochets. This is the second one, and then this is the third one. After that you leave 1 double crochet behind. You see, we left it here, we also left it here, and then so I am going to chain 1 and come right here. I just place there a normal double crochet, normal V stitch, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets in the very same space, chain 1. Let me show you the increase one more time. We are going to start by placing 3 double crochets on top of the last 3. You always leave 1 behind. So I come to the second one, I place there a double crochet. I come to the third one, place there a double crochet, and also come to the fourth one, I place there a double crochet. I now place 2 double crochets right here in the middle, 2 double crochets, I chain 2, and then I also place there 2 double crochets in the same space, 2 double crochets. This is the second one. I come and place 3 double crochets on top of the first 3 double crochets. This is the first one, and then this is the second one, and this is the third one. After that I leave this one behind. I chain 1 and go to the next normal V stitch. And so this is going to be the pattern for fifth line. So let me do this and come back when I am at the end of this line. I have reached the end of my fifth line, so I am going to come on top of this very first double crochet and I slip stitch, pull through, also pull through the loop I have on the hook. After that I slip stitch up to when I reach the middle. I come to the first chain, I slip stitch, I also come to the second chain, I slip stitch, I chain 1, and then turn my work. I am going to start by placing a normal V stitch on top of this previous V stitch, and this is 2 double crochets. This is the first one, and then this is the second one. I chain 2 and then place a 2 double crochets in the very same space to make it a V stitch. After that I am going to chain 1 and then come to our V stitch of increase. Remember, we leave this 1 double crochet behind. So in the previous one we have been placing 3 double crochets on top of the previous double crochets. So we are now going to be placing 4 double crochets on top of these last 4 double crochets. So I come on this second one, I place there a double crochet. I come to the third one, to the fourth one, and then to this fifth one, placing there. This makes it a total of 5 double crochets. So when I reach the middle, I just place there 2 double crochets in the middle. I chain 2 again in the middle. I place there other 2 double crochets to make it a V-stitch, and then after that I am now going to place 4 double crochets on top of these first 4 double crochets to leave 1 double crochet behind. So I come to the first one, I then come to the second one, the third one, and then the fourth one. Yeah, so well, this makes it 6 double crochets on this side. I chain 2 and 6 double crochets on this side, and after that I chain 1, come to our next V-stitch of no increase, and I place there a normal V-stitch. Yeah, so I place there 2 double crochets. After that, chain 2, I chain 1, come to a V-stitch of an increase. I place 4 double crochets on top of these last 4 double crochets to leave this 1 double crochet behind. So I come, this is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third one, and then this one is the fourth one. When I reach the middle, I am going to place there 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then again in the middle I place there 2 double crochets. That's one, and then this is the second one, and then start by placing double crochet on top of this very first double crochet. I place it on the second one, on the third one, and the fourth one. Always make sure that you leave 1 double crochet behind. After that I chain 1 and come to our normal V-stitch, and I place there a V-stitch, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then in the very same space I still place there 2 double crochets. Yeah, so well, this is going to be the pattern. After that I chain 1. This is going to be the pattern. You are only going to be increasing that V-stitch where you made an increase, and for the V-stitch without an increase it is going to be only a normal V-stitch. Yeah, so well, I am going to do this for a couple of lines. You can also do it for as many lines as you feel like, as long as the height of your skirt, your desirable skirt, is reached. This is what I've got, and I have made 14 lines. You can add on those lines to as many more lines as you feel comfortable with. And yes, so I am now going to make a chain that is going to help us tighten our waistband. I am going to start by making a slip knot. I rotate my yarn and then rotate my yarn around my finger, and then bring my hook right here in the middle and pull this behind yarn. After that I am now going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. I am going to do this up to when I have something that can tie around my waistband. Well, I am done making my chain, and this is it. So let me show you how to briefly put it in the waistband. You are going to come and skip these first 2. You come right here in this space, you pull the chain in, and for the next line you skip the first 2 as well. You come and pull it out. For the next one you pull it in, for the next one you pull it out. Yes, so this is how our chain is attached to the waistband. Finally, this will be the end of our skirt. This is how it looks like. Hope you beautifully love how it has turned out. Thank you very much for watching. You can follow me on Instagram at Kitty Crochets, and if at all you've not yet subscribed, you can subscribe before leaving here. And for those who have subscribed, I am so grateful. This has been it for today. I'll come back again in my next tutorial.